Now, let me start off by saying that if anyone actually thinks that Khamzat CHIMAEV doesn't deserve a middleweight title shot after his performance last night against Kamaru Usman, you guys are absolutely out of your mind. You know, this guy's dominated ever since he first stepped into the UFC. And name one person, name one other fighter that's been able to do that to Kamaru Usman. Name one other person. The first round was absolutely a 10-8 round. There's no doubt about it. What was most impressive about it is if you look at Kamaru Usman's wrestling credentials and you compare him to every other middleweight, every other welterweight within the UFC, he beat every single one of those guys. Now, when you consider how high level he actually is in the wrestling department, and then you get a guy like Khamzat CHIMAEV come in the first round, absolutely dominate him, absolutely take him down at will. You know, that was absolutely incredible to witness. You know, I've never seen anything like it. Khamzat was threatening him the entire round and he almost submitted him with a rear naked choke from standing. And he probably would have if Kamaru Usman didn't have the wherewithal to just slam him back down on the mat head first. But it could have easily finished within that first round. And I do have to give Kamaru Usman props because not many people would have been able to survive that. You know, not many people would have been able to put up with that sort of pressure from Khamzat CHIMAEV. So definitely give him props there and definitely give him props for stepping in on such short notice to take this fight because I don't know many other fighters that would have done this, you know, especially not against a guy up and coming and as impressive as what Khamzat CHIMAEV is. So he definitely deserves a title shot, okay? The only two somewhat competitive fights that he had was against Gilbert Burns, okay? And obviously Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman is a former world champion, okay? People compare him to the likes of George St. Pierre. That right there is a massive scalp on his cap. And then he went out and defeated Gilbert Burns before that. Considering the run he's been on, he's absolutely ready to face someone like Sean Strickland, okay? And there's no doubt in my mind that he absolutely mauls Sean Strickland. Absolutely mauls him, okay? I reckon he'll get a first round finish over Sean Strickland and it won't even be difficult. If you look at someone like Kamaru Usman, okay, almost getting submitted within the first round, and someone like Sean Strickland, supposedly he has wrestling, but we haven't actually seen that. I don't see how he gets out of that first round. You know, he puts this pace on everybody, similar to what Conor McGregor does, but just in a different context. You know, obviously he takes it to the ground and makes their life hell for the first round. And Conor McGregor is also a fast starter in the fact that he has a lot of dynamic striking and puts a crazy pace on opponents that way. So you can't say that Khamzat CHIMAEV doesn't deserve a title shot because his cardio is bad. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. You know, there's plenty of fighters within the UFC that have bad cardio, and we don't just go around telling them, oh, they don't deserve a title shot because they have terrible cardio. It's nonsense. Who have they beaten? You know, what skills do they actually have? And I think if you look at it from that perspective, there's no doubt in my mind that Khamzat CHIMAEV does deserve a title shot. I think now it's a foregone conclusion. I think the UFC will get this done. They should get it done. I mean, to me, this guy is the scariest individual in the UFC right now. I'll never forget at the start of this contest when he was standing across the octagon from Kamaru Usman and he was just looking at him like he was going to eat some lunch. This guy means business. And I think everyone saying that Bo Nickel is the only one that's going to be able to stop Khamzat CHIMAEV's wrestling is absolutely kidding themselves. You know what I mean? I don't think Bo Nickel is going to stand any chance whatsoever against Khamzat CHIMAEV. And I think it's pretty good they haven't fought yet. I think Khamzat CHIMAEV would definitely end Bo Nickel's hype train. But don't get me wrong, he's definitely a future prospect at middleweight as well. But time will actually tell how long it's going to take for him to get there. Because unfortunately for him, Khamzat is absolutely owning that division. I can't really see many people beating him at middleweight. And Israel Adesanya chose a perfect time, in my opinion, seeing this guy coming up. I mean, who in the hell would want to face him? So mad props for Kamaru Usman. Who knows what's next for him? Again, another aging fighter. But Kamaru Usman's definitely not done. You know, he lost to Leon Edwards after winning the entire fight, lost a close decision in the rematch, and obviously lost this close decision as well with Khamzat CHIMAEV taking it on short notice. So I think everyone's getting a bit ahead of themselves with Kamaru Usman. Yes, he's on a 3-fight losing skid, but his level of competition has been insanely good. But that's it from me for this contest. Khamzat CHIMAEV beats Kamaru Usman by decision. But that's all from me, guys. Catch you later.